on pit road.
Melcaduno pulling out.
Will Power purposefully coming in 2 laps behind Tony Kanaan. His strategist Clive Howell told him in his ear, go like heck, pretty much in those words, guys, to make up time since Tony will be out of the way. He came in on black tires. They are putting fresh tires on, loading up in fuel. He's just about down, and he's out. The 24 car is in as well.
Conway service completed.
And they go with a different strategy. They decide to go at this stage of the race with the Reds, as does Briscoe.
Now remember, you have to use the Reds. You can use them a minimum of 2 laps, but you have to use them.
Now, did you notice on Conway's car? Woo, look at him, just he says, I got to take that position away from you, Vitor. But that's the kind of driving you have to do so you don't lose that position, because it is so difficult. Goodbye. Vitor, go look on the inside. Not close enough.
Nope. Marco Andretti continues to lead this thing with about a 1.6 second advantage on Helio Castroneves. Marco Andretti leading at the Indy Grand Prix of Alabama. Welcome back to Barber Motorsports Park in Birmingham, or as Charles Barkley wants us to say, Leeds, Alabama. We're on board with number 37, Ryan Hunter-Reay, who's running 17th. That, of course, is Danica just ahead.
And we've seen some great battles back in the field. It was Rafa Matos earlier. That was what you said, 20th spot. And even when you're back, which doesn't sound like you're in it, there's some really hard driving going on.
Well, because you just never know where it's going to cycle through at the end of this, through pit stops and all that. But as tight and as competitive, you can't hold back at any time.
EJ Viso is right behind Ryan Hunter-Reay.
And he closed fast. So Hunter-Reay is not able to keep his speed up, and EJ Viso says, I have you in my sights.
Helio Castroneves has shaved the interval between himself and the leader of the race. It was about 1.1 about 3 laps ago, and now it's down to just, well, a car length.
So does Helio take the mindset now, okay, there's the leader of the race. I'm just going to pace off of him, mind my time in this position, and do what I can to save fuel, but obviously have Marco there right in front of me as the leader, knowing he's holding a good pace.
Makes sense.
As fast as he caught him, I think he's on it. I still feel without yellow, he's, in my view, of course, just a forecast, he's not going to make it in just one more stop. And I think as fast as he caught Marco, that he's now adopting the same strategy as Marco, knowing they will both have to stop.
Really? You think he's changed his strategy?
And you know what, guys, did you see that overtake number? Marco Andretti is using the overtakes, and in some cases, it's for an offensive advantage. In the case of Helio Castroneves, he's used one of them to try and hold Helio at bay. Helio still has 18 in the overtake in terms of Marco Andretti. He's down to 15. So it's kind of interesting from my perspective. You can use this overtake not only to overtake, but to keep someone from overtaking you.
Yeah, that's true, Jack. And what I was saying, Bob, I don't think he changed his strategy. I just have thought that that was awfully optimistic from the pit road to say that he could do it in one more stop.
No question about it.
What's this little move here by Dan Weldon? Oh,
that's a Duno sandwich there.
Tagliani on the inside. Weldon on the outside, and along comes Rafa Matos also.
You don't see somebody take a left-hand corner by passing on the right-hand side of another competitor too often like that.
Up at the top, you're seeing the running order, and the other number is the number of overtakes remaining. And we have reached the halfway point of this event.
So this is really a good visual of these long sweeping corners. Look at this, 2 and 3. They're in the corner. They're in the corner. This is where you're pulling these high G's, and it really is a physical racetrack. And now you're up through the gearbox all the way 150 miles an hour to turn 5.
Wow,
more cars.
watch this group of competitors. Here's Graham Rahal.
Oh, and Nicky Muto gets off.
Keep it straight. Keep it straight. No problem. And that Sato that we saw behind Graham Rahal in that yellow car, he's rejoined.
Right.
So they fixed that problem.
Unfortunately, 22 laps down, but you can learn a lot.
Yeah. Did you guys see EJ come up on the back of Danica there?
Yeah.
You know, as you mentioned earlier, Jan, I mean, he's trying to force it. He just wants one little hiccup there so it opens the door for him to get by.
2 of the 3 KV cars running nose to tail. Viso and Marias, 18th and 19th. Here is the replay once again.
He went to turn in and he missed the apex by 3 feet.
Yeah. and mind you how simple and safe that all looks. That's flat out 4th gear. There. So a little bump say, you pass me, I'll come back at you.
That's the pass repass there. That was nice.
But when we just saw Hideki come back to that, we just saw him kind of ease it off the track and come back on, and he missed his point. That's in 4th gear at about 125 miles an hour. I mean, that little fast switchback in 9-10. Just, we lose perspective when we're just sitting here watching that, how fast it's all happened.
Yep. There are the 3 cars from KB Racing Technology, 18th, 19th, and Takuma Sato back on track, running in 25th spot.
Danica in that battle has been a favorite of the overtake button. She only has 7 left. She's been pow, pow, pow. She's getting after it in this group.
I'm amazed that the overtake button is really giving you that much to protect something or to give you that little bit of edge, which is fantastic. Because, you know, back in the original days with the push-to-pass button, as you're saying with the Champ Car stuff, it was up to 50 horsepower was the differentiation, right?
Yeah. Now with this 9, this series is so close together. A 9 horsepower and a little extra RPM is working here, even on these shorter straightaways.
Yeah, we didn't think that.
Simona Di Silvestro is in 5th spot, about 27 seconds behind the leader, but having a very good run here on this course. She's finished 16th in the first 2 races of 2010 at Brazil and in St. Petersburg, but she has run very well.
And we saw her lead in Brazil, and she was running very strong in St. Pete, but got spun out there in turn 1.
Led 2 laps in Brazil, as a matter of fact. Marco Andretti leads, but we expect a pit stop from him shortly. Right behind him is Helio, and 3rd is Dixon. George Barber, the owner of Barber Motorsports Park, has given us a great racetrack, and he's also given us some very unusual sculptures around the course. There's the man drowning in the wheel, but the fans have turned out in large numbers for this inaugural event here at Barber Motorsports Park, one that I hope we will return to time and time again. All right, let's check on some of our up front people. Here's Will Power, who is currently in 6th position, and he has the IZOD fastest lap of the race to this point.
You also notice the stat there, 60% or 66% of the lap is over 1G. Now, the definition of 1G would be if you had a hot street car with great tires, you might be able to get 1G on a skid pad. 66% of this lap, you're over 1G, whether cornering, braking, through the seat, through a compression. That is a lot of force. And right in through here is one of the places where the combination of G's is over 5. Right here, through the seat and to the side, 3 places on the racetrack, you pull over 5 Gs.
Boy, he looks very settled in that cockpit. He is, you know, just relative to how we've seen other guys really fight the wheel. He's going in turn 1 here down to 5th gear. Just watch him turn the wheel in. You know, he's working it a little bit, but he's just got it hooked up. He's smooth, yeah.
1st and 2nd. Very close together on the track, Marco and Helio.
So we haven't seen Helio try to go by him.
Nope.
And Michael Cannon talking to her right now, and I'll tell you a little bit about what they're talking about. It's fuel strategy. Michael, I know you just got through talking to Simona. It's a fuel strategy game for you right now, isn't it?
It is very much so. I mean, we're going to try and do it in 2. We're still 2 laps short. We need a little bit of yellow.
I've never heard anybody talk quite so eloquently